At the beginning of this video, I just want to say these thoughts are completely unformed. This is purely me just riffing to the camera right now. I just started thinking this way literally today as I was working out. I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about humanity and how all of our behavior, whether it's societal, personal, whatever it may be, is pretty much in one way or another geared towards this idea that someday we will reproduce, have a family, and bring in the next generation. Which, if you want to get technical about it, is really the only reason we exist. It's to perpetuate existence itself. That's a whole nother topic and conversation. But anyway, I was thinking about this within my own life. And I'm wondering to myself, is this idea that I want to have a family, which currently for me is 70-30, affecting the present in a way that's negative and potentially irrelevant? So for example, I live out of a car. That kind of bothers me because I realize that most women and most potential partners out there aren't going to want to date someone who doesn't have their life figured out to the point that they're living in a vehicle. Maybe that's the same with my desire to have a career right now. I know that I need to start saving money so that someday I'll have some backed up and be able to literally afford having kids, which right now is insanely expensive. I mean, it's always been expensive, but now it's even more so. So anyway, all these thoughts are entering my mind, and I'm realizing that a lot of the present for me has been kind of ruined by this idea in the future that someday I will have kids and a family. And that's not guaranteed at all. Whether it's biological, circumstantial, personal, that could change someday. And then I'm thinking, dude, if you're 40 and all of a sudden you realize you never wanted to have a family in the first place, then I would look back on this moment in my life and say, dude, you could have taken it so much easier. You have all the time in the world, at least assuming I live a full lifespan, to figure it out. Like, just take it easy, enjoy things day by day, don't be so stressed out. And that's inevitably what comes when you want to have kids someday, because the biological clock is ticking, especially if you're a woman, and even if you're a guy. Like, I don't want to have kids when I'm 60. I don't want to have kids when I'm 40. I'm probably aiming towards mid-30s, early 30s, and that leaves me with no time. And I know that it takes a while to build anything that's stable and especially financial. So I mean, yeah, I'm realizing that the reason I feel like I'm on this hourglass right now is because I am getting older and I am approaching that age. And it's really starting to affect me more than it ever has. Like when I was in my 20s, early 20s, I never thought about this. I was like, dude, you got 4 more years. Just take it easy for now. Go live in Arizona and drive a motorcycle around for a year and just figure it out, dude. Or it's not a big deal that you just had this breakup. You'll have time to find someone else and build a relationship and get married and blah, 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 blah. And I know for a fact that some of you guys watching this probably have kids. Congratulations. It's a blessing to even have them in the first place. But I know there's other people out there like me who are late 20s, going through some stuff. Things just haven't exactly worked out the way that you envisioned it. Maybe you didn't marry your high school sweetheart or your college girlfriend, or even the last girlfriend, whatever it may be. And you're thinking to yourself now, shit, man, I'm running out of time. And when you have that mental state, it just makes everything feel like an emergency. So all of a sudden, not getting that job is now critical. It's like, oh shit, now I'm set back another 6 months. Fuck, blah, 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 blah. And that's exactly how I feel like I'm living. I just have this high heart rate and high anxiety because I know the time is running out. And I'm wondering if that's all worth it, because to circle back to the beginning of this whole thing, maybe there's coming a time when I realize I don't want to have kids or can't have kids. And then all of this fear and anxiety and just honestly clouding the present was completely irrelevant. And I think I have to reach some balance with this. That's probably what we all have to do. If you want to have kids, maybe hope you can have kids, but don't assume that's going to happen or the only thing that can happen that will bring you happiness. I'm guessing the answer lies somewhere in that realm. But yeah, like I said, unformed thoughts. I hope you guys can appreciate the rambling nature of this because this is all just off the top. But that's what I wanted to say today. I hope you guys can relate to this, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Overall, though, I'm having a good day, and I hope you guys are too. I will see you tomorrow.